to dust. When we aim to fly higher, we got lost and dragged each other down. We kept running from the shadows in the night, realizing it was not worth the fight. Moving on alone was what felt right, 'cause we were never meant to be. Dum dum da dum day, dum dum da dum day, dum dum da dum day, 'cause we were never meant to be. It feels good, a new beginning. We are free at last, living life just like we're supposed to. Goodbye to the past, letting go of the darkness that kept tearing us down. Had to hit the rock bottom to understand that we weren't meant to be. We kept running from the shadows in the night, realizing it was not worth the fight. Moving on alone was what felt right, 'cause we were never meant to be. Dum dum da dum day, dum dum da dum day, dum dum da dum day, 'cause we were never meant to be.
Try to like what you feel. Oh, they try to push you my deal. Take your time to complete. Oh, they want a rock star. I can't be the one for you, but you let me wait here. I've been patient, but I take it. I know you know that I won't be fine. Let me fix your scars. Just one call. Oh my God, I'd be down if you were there. Barely can hide away sight. You want that, baby? I can read your mind. So let me to give it a try. You want that, baby? I'm desperate for life. You want me to stare into your eyes while I'm putting my doings on your thighs. So let me to have you at a night. You want that, baby? I'm desperate for life. You cannot tell me that you're innocent while all your clothes are falling off right now. Oh girl, your body tastes of cinnamon. Now you want me to turn you upside down. Baby, I finally know what it really feels like. Wow. Tell me you want it just as much as me, baby. I won't be fine. Let me fix your scars. pull and it keeps me awake. I would rather be here, lonely in space. I've made up my mind, I just wanna be free. I live my own life in a new galaxy. I wanna be weightless in the silence of the night sky. I wanna free fall into nothing at all. I'm taking the moment, starting all over. I wanna be free and live my own life in a new galaxy. And live my own life in a new galaxy. I can feel the memories fade, it's easing my mind. And I can finally breathe when I'm closing my eyes. I never realized what I just could do. But now I know I'm better off without you. I wanna be weightless in the silence of the night sky. I wanna free fall into nothing at all. I'm taking the moment, starting all over. I wanna be free and live my own life in a new galaxy.
This is not a phase, my dear. Time heals the moment, but our hearts were frozen, don't disappear. You were scared from not knowing, but I got a feeling that I'll be right here for the rest of my life. Just know that I'll give you love you'll never wanna share tonight. Tonight. But if the world isn't working the way that we found it when we were too young to love, our attention is running, 5 seconds is burning a hole in our racing hearts. I wish we could find the space, a great escape, where we could finally break the mold.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another good game of ESEA Advanced Tier of Play. This time we're on round 11 between Omen Esports taking on Locally Hated on this matchup Monday night. I am your friendly neighborhood Smokey, and with me, Expo. Expo, glad to have you here. As we
Yeah,
wait the
this
ninth
should
round
be
to
a good matchup. I think Omen, especially, they want to kind of divert their current course. They lost their last couple matches, and I think they're definitely coming into this one as the favorites.
100%. I think so. NSB says volume up, please. Might be a little quiet in game. But yeah, I think this is going to be like we said, last week was a rough week for Omen. You took on, who was it, if I remember right? It was Zhonga and Outfit 49, which are two of the better teams in ESEA Advanced Tier of Play. They lost both. Well, they weren't shutouts or anything like that, but I mean, you know, it's you don't want to take losses regardless. And this game against locally hated, I think this is another way to reassert your confidence coming in because you only have next week. Really, if you're Omen, you have next week's Monday and Wednesday's game, and then it's playoff time. And right now
Yeah.
they're sitting, I want to say like 12th-ish. So they're still well within their rights to have a playoff berth, but they really want to secure it with this week, especially against locally hated. Locally hated themselves haven't been doing too hot this season. I want to see they're 5 and 4.
I'm already. Oh,
Oh my goodness, Dinner with a nice opening up frag onto Athex. Headshot.
I
with
really
USP,
like this T strat that locally hated are running to open up, even if they
Oh,
lost
100%.
that opener.
Oh, Wing's ready for it, but Fart caught out right over on
Ooh.
Hut. Jessa gonna get the quick refrag. That makes this a 4-on-4. But Ween right there in Wedding.
Oh,
But he's
Ween's
completely
in such
split
an
up.
awkward spot.
Oh my goodness. A devastating headshot, and Rue gets one as well into Saber. Alec on the trade, and trades back and forth. This makes this once again an even game, 2-on-2, being his first one out of Hut.
I mean, the problem is, how do you even retake that when they have heaven control?
It's really
That's
an
so
awkward
hard.
position. Yeah, Jess is just gonna wait for it. And Alec finishes it out with 2, make it a triple overall in the round.
Yeah, there were some good picks out of Omen there, a good opener, and I think they were playing well, but on that heaven fight, when Wayne had to fall back, it just left Fart basically completely on an island in the open.
Yeah, essentially by themselves. And you really don't want that, especially when you're trying. You know it's going to be an A split between outside and heaven. They could still wrap around through secret, so you're still kind of gambling on whether do they commit to the A hit or do they just go for the pick and then swing down back to hell through ramp and they'll let the outside players go through secret to B site. So it was a gamble made, gamble lost. Unfortunately, the trades were good back and forth, like you said. Just unfortunate didn't fall in towards Omen's favor. Omen taking a quick timeout, I guess, deliberating amongst themselves. And I think with this game, you really want to ensure that you don't have a repeat of last week whenever they took on Junga and they got honestly exposed for their extremities. I think you in particular were talking about it, like their extremities around towards whenever they're playing Mirage, their apartments lurks and the palace lurks towards A side were abysmal. Like they were just getting punished round in and round out, as we see locally hated going to force another outside classic push and a Strawless stack. They're waiting for this. Might catch a couple good frag or two.
The
They get
execution
one,
squad.
they get 2. Oh, goodness gracious.
Whoa.
Oh, Rue!
This is awkward now.
That is actually insane. That makes this a 2-on-1.
Alex gone loud.
Yeah, Dinner's gonna hold by red.
Oh,
That's smart.
Okay,
Rue might peek
Rue
him,
needs
though.
to be so careful here to not overextend.
Dinner's got the EK though, and I don't think Eric is or Alec is quite thinking that he's hovering over towards red. Might still be thinking towards
Just
secret.
gotta get this trade.
Oh, he spots on Rue. He's gonna tell him to swing, and he does. Dinner gets a final kill, and that's gonna get this a 1-1 game already.
So
Omen Esports.
what's funny is I was gonna say, like, before that round concluded, I was gonna say Omen are so good on these low buy rounds. I'm kind of sad that they didn't invest more into that, but they won it anyway. Like, Omen are so insane on these like eco rounds and force buy rounds. It's honestly astonishing.
It's crazy because you're expecting maybe like a 1 or 2 little like boosts set up there on the crossover towards a potential secret plus, but they had the straight up Astralis pistol stack. I don't think they were ready for that at first. And
Yeah, I
that
love
comes, and I don't think I've ever seen that before. And I think it just like comes in super clutch for Omen. They're able to secure the round. That's actually crazy because, I mean, remember
Oh,
you're really
wait,
thinking about it. Pistol
Mingus
plus
is
1.
alone.
Oh, an
Yeah,
ugly
kind of a
spray.
situation you wanted Wayne there a bit faster. but
Wayne
Wayne
comes
still
back
gets
through with a
2.
double though. Oh, the dink by Ethix. Wayne's got 1 HP and a dream now. He got a good double spray down, but the bomb will be planted as well. Locally heading out to defend this for their lives.
Oh,
Both
wait.
Ethix and Saber lit.
In the smoke, though, this is interesting.
Oh my
Rue is
God.
just so aware.
Let's say they can play this for time, no doubt. Ethix is stuck on a ramp, so he's really trying to play for an exit over here.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do?
And the worst part is he only has a pistol. Ethix, the Tech 9 save is diabolical. Sure, you get a kill, but I mean, that's only enough to invest in like a single rifle if you really want to do that, because you're the only one breaking 3K in the bank.
Yeah.
Okay, goes for you, Till. Like, I get it. You're trying to like fend it off, but that's some blame F type play right there. Honestly, not even able to get a rifle off one of your dead teammates.
I do think Ween maybe bailed them out of that one a little bit, though.
Oh,
If Ween didn't get those
100%.
two.
That reswing. Oh,
Great
and Wayne
opener,
with the
though.
op kill, taking down Saber, the first sniper kill of the game so far. And he's posted up super close towards Trophy.
Oh, wait, one's already in the mini, though. They don't know. Okay, Rue
Dinner
gets
and
it,
Rue,
though.
though, good spray downs with their rifles.
Wait,
Apex just pushes straight up, too. Doesn't matter. Dinner gets a refrag, so at worst, you might lose one more with a 1D, but I mean...
okay, hold on. Normally, I don't like to name and shame, but whatever player came in from mini, whoever, like, they didn't do any damage to the CTs, like, straight
That's
up.
crazy.
I'm a little confused how that happened. Like, I'm pretty sure they just straight up had a flank onto Rue there. So I don't know if they just got unlucky, but...
I don't know if they were playing for picks or they were just... It was just very... It seemed like it was a very uncoordinated A push.
yeah, that was just weird. Like, they had a really good timing, like, genuinely, but... nothing came of it.
Yeah, Ween go ahead and hard scopes from hell, is able to make the kill, and that makes Omen a 3-1 scoreline in their favor. Quick a little molly dump. ESEA with a molly of his own, maybe trying to flush out anybody holding on top of hut. And they will smoke out entrance of Squeak.
Ooh, wait, I like this.
Another coordinated A strike. They're playing slow though. Rue this time opting not to get all the way on towards hut. Now he does. Oh, no, the smoke sprays gets nobody but Dinner. A snapping headshot on a
This is
Jezza.
great, though.
Far takes down Alex as well. Yeah, and I mean, that initial push comes to a grinding halt. ESEA, nice trade on a fart though. Cracked open this A site a little more.
Ooh, good
But
positioning.
Rue. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Saber and Ethix absolutely demolishing Omen. Still stuck between a rock and a hard place. And that gives Rue a
Those
triple.
kills from Rue were, like, necessary at that point. Huge way to deliver.
That is a really ugly round if you're looking at Omen. Like, you had a really good initial stop. They were immediately dropping 3-on-5. And then the secondary push towards A almost nets in the round.
It was just a little sketchy with Ween going down to the player event.
Yeah, Ween was for a long time. He was still thinking, I do believe, that it was going to be a fake, and then they were going to rush through Trophy towards ramp. Looks like going to play towards 8 outside now, I should say. Tech 9s with a couple of util bits and bobs. Just 2 nades left for the tees.
They
And there's
haven't
no straight
gone
up
down
rush
secret
this.
yet, right? This is the first
They
secret
haven't,
play, I think.
but Rue, spam through the smoke takes down Alec. But that still leaves the site completely open.
Well, wait, hold on. This is weird. Yeah, Omen didn't send one down yet. Good from Ween, though.
Let's see, that's a nasty shot. Oh, the smoke spam once again almost connects.
Oh, man. These
They're
shots are
holding
so
close,
close.
too. Oh my goodness.
The Tech 9 can get nasty here.
Oh, it absolutely can. Oh, doesn't matter. He swings in, but Dinner gets 2. Both Saber and ESEA. Ethix on the trade, but Bing is right back. Ethix, the sole killer for locally hated on the round, and this is with the Bingus' defuse, going to make it 5-1.
Yeah, almost the team ace from Omen.
That would have been awesome. And Rue now making a statement. We've seen a lot of these players have their one-off games, being as last week or the week before over on, I do believe, Anubis with Luigi's Mansion. And now Rue, 8-1 on the game so far, as they're taking locally hated here on Nuke. Looking hot, big dog.
Yeah, right now Rue's keeping these rounds together for Omen for sure. Very locked in.
Yeah, win as well, 7-4 in the game. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Dinner 8-3.
Ooh, setting up an exec?
They've been playing a lot of execs.
Yeah, it's just going to
What-
come down to the timing. If they can finally get a good timing on it, I think they can make it work. But
Yeah, they really haven't capitalized from forcing any Hut players to take damage from mollies or anything. Sure, they've like forced Fart or Rue off of
they
top
don't
of
seem
Hut.
very committed to it, though.
Yeah, that really hasn't netted them any favors so far. That's still going to trigger a little bit of extra util to be used by Ohm, but they still have a lot left in their pockets, as does locally hated.
Yeah, this just seems pretty, like, I don't know, passive, I guess, from locally hated. They're really just waiting for Omen to go for something, it seems like.
No, most definitely. I mean, Omen aren't the ones also to be hyper-aggressive. As we see now, a late push towards A side, Dinner and Far to kill a piece. Xera with the trade on a Dinner. And Bingus, a quick double onto Xera and Alec leaves only Saber.
Did
3 and 6
Bingus
in the game
blow
so
that
far to
smoke?
clutch
Or
up.
was that just blind through the smoke?
I think it was just blind.
Nice.
Might have been a little bit of a smoke break.
Oh, wait, Rue's not looking at the right spot. Oh, he gets it anyway. So easy.
Rue playing with fire
Locked
manages to somehow
in.
not get burnt. Gets the final kill of that round. This is looking really solid for Omen. Already 6-1 in the game so far. I mean, we've seen it where Omen only got 3 on their T side. I don't remember who they were playing. They only got 3 on the T side and they came back for the dub.
Yeah, I definitely think locally hated are going to have to reassess their strategy a bit. I mean, Omen are not the kind of team that's going to overextend very often and give them the openers they want.
Yeah.
Locally
100%.
hated need to work it and find that opener that they want instead of just expecting it to come to them.
Honestly, you could almost take like these delayed A pushes. I mean, they might very well might have. You take these you take these delayed pushes as a tack timeout in and of itself. But I mean, how many times do you just continuously push, bang your head against the wall, delayed A push, delayed A push, delayed A push? Do you just stop? You've had more success literally just straight up on your pistol rounds whenever you're stuck with just Tech 9, just pushing straight towards Secret.
Well,
You've
they
at
do
least
have
gotten
the
the bomb
smoke wall
down.
up. Whether or not they go with it is another thing.
Looks like it's gonna be a beast split, just delayed through Trophy. Xera trying to worm their way through this, as well as Saber's got backup. No outside.
I am
pick
actually a
so
little
far.
surprised Omen didn't spam that or anything.
Yeah, now it's Bangus holding towards ramp. That's an interesting change. Usually it's Ween. They gonna smoke him out as well. Smart placement by the Molly. It's gonna hold him off for the time being. It does get extinguished too.
I hate how the mollies do that.
I love it when Mollies do that.
Well, it's like, why even land for the first half second if you're going to get extinguished anyway?
False sense of security. But Dinner's going to go ahead and see the other T's come through, so he's going to calm that out. Hey, joint people.
This is a good reposition here.
This is. I love Dinner's quick thinking. And Ween! Was that a collat? Please tell me that was a collat.
Either way, Omen have it held down here.
Might not have been, but that was the second op double I've seen on Ween on Nuke, no less. And this makes it a really awkward 2-on-1 if you're locally hated. You've got a good crossfire setup.
Wait, why? Are they overthinking this? Wait. Okay. that
Oh
was
my
a little
goodness.
scary in my
Almost.
opinion for a second.
And that is another one of Omen's sort of Achilles heels so far this season. I don't want to say they've consistently overthunk themselves, but you know, they tend to make things a little bit more complicated than they have to be.
Oh, definitely. Like, their best wins and stuff are in some of their simplest games.
Oh, yeah. Let's say, not necessarily play completely puggy, completely scrappy, but you don't need to go for these ESL Challenger League type plays. You see a little bit of more util dump outside. The Mollies will not ward off locally hated. They're going to go and continue their smoke dumps and once again push to secret.
Ooh, good damage on the spam.
Dinner take down Xera once again through the smoke. Alec holding though.
Ooh.
And Ethex. Oh,
Yeah.
Ethex with the double drive by with a
Run and
Tech 9.
gun.
Takes down Dinner and Rue. Bingus with a quick trade on
Oh, I think
onto
Bingus is
Jazz.
gonna get caught.
Oh, Bingus, my brother in Christ. Almost gets a triple. But Ethex, once again, making this round his.
He's going for it.
Ween doesn't give a damn. He's going to go straight for this. Make some noise,
Ween
make some
does.
noise. Ward him off.
Oh.
He might save the op.
I don't think Ween knew that bomb was down.
I don't think you did either.
Theoretically, I think they should have known, but must have gotten missed.
No, yeah. Oh, he eats an 8-2. That's going to make this a lot harder.
Yep.
Ethex, a quad kill in the round. A headshot to finish off Ween. They grab the op as well.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you have 8 rounds where you're gambling on Tech 9 running and gunning, eventually it will work.
Eventually. I mean, the Tech 9 is pretty gas. Not gonna lie. I do love me a good Tech 9 rush. A solid stat line for Omen Esports all across the board. Fought a little bit worse, so we're on 3 for 5, but we let our king cook. Omen Esports. Jezza, a little lackluster, 2-8 so far on the game. 4 assists, though. So he's been putting up some damage regardless.
I mean, it's ultimately still not even that bleak for locally hated. I mean, if they get a couple more T rounds here, then it's honestly a fine half.
Honestly, like, if you're kind of playing this like an old school nuke, like, just go for 3, honestly. Like, just go for 3 on your T side, and then you just work it super sweaty, come towards your second half whenever you're on CT. You just need to play the angle super close. They're on a nice full buy, though, so it'll be interesting to see how they play this out.
Is it weird that my prediction for locally hated CT side is that they're going to get antsy and kind of overstep in the way that they're expecting Omen to?
I mean, I don't think that's a bad take. I haven't seen locally hated play myself this season. They're not terrible. They're like 5-4 in the season. Omen's 6-4. So it's not like they're losing games left and right, but it'll be interesting to see how they do post up on their CT half. Yeah, no one looking really out. Now you've got Fart potentially looking outside.
I mean, Omen are kind of getting space in the lobby here now, though.
We really haven't seen Omen Esports get really aggressive throughout the majority of this season, especially on their CT sides. They've been willing to just play this out and be reactive to whatever the T's throw at them.
They have a pretty good read on the situation here, I think, right now.
Yeah, they must be going straight towards, I was about to say, hell to B.
And I like that they're doubled up towards heaven/hell here. I think that's really important.
Oh, 100%. You know they haven't crossed so far. They're playing this really weird for time.
Yeah, this is going to be super fucking close. I don't know about this.
Fart's going to be holding this angle crazy. Oh, gets his forehead absolutely deleted. Xera on the quick trade, though. The molly will go down.
Oh, that molly
but a retaliatory molly as well.
Wait, what? What just happened?
Oh, an Ethex with the double for the M4A4.
Was that Bingus up the ladder? Wait, what CT came up the ladder? Why did they do that?
I have no idea which one that was.
I'm pretty sure it was Bingus, but they ran up the ladder and tanked their own teammate's molly. I don't know why they did that.
That is weird. And that leaves Ween between a rock and a hard place, really just saving the op. Which I mean is fine. But you really don't want to get locally hated any more than 3 rounds on this half.
Like, I don't want to I don't want to overreact about that because Omen have a pretty good lead right now, but that was definitely a pretty ugly round. I don't know if that was just a miscommunication, but like whoever was hell there, Bingus, I think. I mean, he pretty much had the round. They had no time. Like, if he lived hell and just went up heaven and killed the planner? Like,
No, yeah, 100%. That was their round for the taking, to be honest, because Locally Hated took so long. They didn't smoke their usual wall outside. They just waited towards entrance of Secret and then slowly pushed towards Mini and Hell and Heaven. You should have had... Omen should have had that round. I mean, it's still 7-3. Plenty of CT half left to play if you're Omen. A couple more rounds.
the only thing is that if they do lose this one, then their eco is pretty crap.
Yeah. Oh, Ween on the Ethex. Nice opener, but Saber goes for the trade and is successful.
You know, regardless of what the matchup is, Ween is very consistent at delivering the openers in these games.
That's what I like. He's not afraid to take the opening duel as the opper and then just create that instant man advantage a minute plus left into play. Albeit they did even the score right now, and Big is about to get a face full of lead if he's not careful.
Ooh.
Oh, and he absolutely does. Jezza cracking his forehead open with some 7.62 by 39. But they're going to re-rotate towards lobby.
Yeah, Fart's going to have a chance for a fight here.
A regression to lobby by Omen?
Oh, he had a timing.
That's
nice.
Crazy. And once again, we see another great showing of Omen not tipping their hand too much.
I can't believe he's sticking around still. This is crazy. Oh.
Oh my god, that wallbang by Saber almost connects. That is actually insane.
Oh, the no-scope
Fart pushes the MP9. Alec with a quick trade, but Rue! And Alec once again. A one-on-one, all to the sniper of Ween.
Ween has a great opportunity here, yep.
And he does come in clutch. Ween, the final kill of the round, looking solid. 12-5 overall. As we come in towards the end of this first half.
And from the Omen side especially, that is a huge round because if they lost that, their eco would have been just so bad for this one.
It would have been diabolical.
Definitely an important conversion.
And it's crazy. You had 7 rounds in a row, and as soon as you lose 2, that's one thing they really, in my opinion, they really need to change the CT economy. I don't know what it is. I'm not a game dev. I'm not an in-game economy specialist. All I know is that you can't lose just 2 rounds in a row after winning 8, a string of 8, stringing 8 together and be completely broke.
Well, I think like everyone kind of jokes about, I think the problem is more so that the CT economy is kind of kept alive, so to speak, by the 5.7 and the MP9. Like, if those guns didn't exist, the CT eco is basically impossible.
This is also another really weird late push. They're not even going to go to Secret this time. Once again, might be going to maybe a team tag or 2. Quick flash by Dinner. They might be committing to Secret now. No, they toss a molly down there. So they're going to go for another joint Hell to Heaven play.
Yeah, this is weird. An interesting one.
See, the sniper's up top with Ween.
They seem pretty aware of Heaven, even though Omen haven't posted anyone in there before.
Oh my god, he's gonna spot the head. Oh, and Jezza! An absolutely demolishing headshot on the Dinner. But now, once again, you're locally hated. You have almost no map control. You've got 30 seconds.
Bingus is here.
Bingus holding strong. Oh my god, this lurk could be insane. Oh, they're not expecting the quick double! The quick triple!
Yes!
Bingus, my brother in Christ, taking out Xera, Jez, and Aethix. Outs falls to Bart's MP9, and it's all up to Saber. An AK in a dream to make this an 8-4 half somehow. Doesn't matter. Fart once again. SMG farming. Give Bingus a triple in the round. And my Lord have mercy. That's a 9-3 half. A 9-3 half. Oh
yeah,
my god.
That was smooth.
And
just
that is what you want.
Perfect timing too.
That is gonna get your team hyped up coming in towards the CT half. Just honestly, screw it, fuck it, rush it. Give yourself a good Glock rush on this T side. Establish dominance if you're Omen. I don't even care at this point. Like, oh my lord. Nope, looks like we got a little bit of tech issues over there. I heard someone with a death sigh, a sigh of relief, as I guess they had to pass out. Yeah. So definitely an interesting game so far. I would say a little bit wishy-washy back and forth between some of Omen Esports players, but I think I'm overall satisfied with their level of play. Couple of hiccups here and there again, but I mean, a 9-3 half, if you're looking as a fan of Omen Esports coming in towards their T side, can't really complain. I mean, you're not expecting them to go 12 and 0 for and then going in towards the D half. That's just not how I mean this advanced tier of play is going to be, especially whenever these teams are fairly evenly matched up. I will say I do believe Omen have a little bit more of an advantage with the strength of schedule they've had. They've played Junga, they played Outfit 49 last week, both of the better teams within this tier of play, and they also played against Flamenco on Team Mythic. So I mean, I think with just that experience in hand, they can post up a little bit of a stronger showing over locally hated.
Hmm.
Do you have any? What are your thoughts on any potential critique that you think could be coming in towards the second half if you're Omen looking in towards this? Because we've seen them come back. We've seen Omen themselves come back from a 9-3 scoreline to get the win over on Nuka. I do believe it was against maybe Zomblers, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to look it up.
Well, like I said, I think one of the biggest differences to look out for here is I think that fundamentally Omen are very careful about how they go for their CT openers. And I think locally hated's approach might be a bit different, right? They may go for more aggressive peaks outside or something to try and have that initiative. And I think
Yeah,
that's going to be one of the biggest difference makers, like the CT initiative.
yeah, my fault. It was Luigi's Mansion where they came back from a 9-3 half to get the win whenever they were down 9-3. Tactical mini smoke.
Yeah, we're seeing outside getting the action again on the pistol.
I think they're once again trying to sort of bait out locally hit into an outside rush, make them think about, make them stew in their own uncertainty, dare I say. But that's really good, honestly. Oh, and Ethix though gets the opening kill into Fart is going to make this a little bit of a
I know lobby's clear now for sure.
disadvantageous position. Yeah, and they're gonna. Jez is gonna go and hear them going through. Oh, and
still
Alec
gets
onto
one.
Rue.
No,
Oh,
two?
the double.
Oh.
Wayne gets a trade, but Ethix and Xera finish the round off. Only one CT falls. And that's salt in the wound if you're Omen. That's not what you want to see coming into your first round of the second half.
Yeah, I mean, Ethix getting two there, especially, that's just the round over, basically.
The worst part
Yeah.
is that you didn't even get the bomb plant, so your economy is really in the dumps right now. So, I mean, I see them going for another Glock rush. If nothing else, just maybe baiting out a kill or two. Okay, Fart's got looks like a smoke. So they could re-smoke Mini.
Yeah, it doesn't
And
matter
then
how tricky you are on the Omen side. At the end of the day, you just basically have Glocks.
at the end of the day, you've got a couple of pea shooters and a dream. You've got a smoke for a Mini if you want to rush outside again and just hope to God nobody from heaven peeks you. But yeah, Glocks really aren't going to do much whenever you got a full armor buy if you're CT. Plus, you can get Ethix to kind of farm with his MP9 as well as Alec. So they could go for an aggressive lobby crunch. Honestly, I wouldn't blame them if they really wanted to, because you if you're locally hated, you know their economy is going to be absolute dog water.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the safer rounds to kind of get that confidence going.
Alec quickly mollies towards from ramp to trophies. Looks like he's got more util out. He's jiggle peeking it.
The thing that I don't like is with their setup, if they go ramp, he doesn't really have anyone to help him.
And he's going to have to swap quickly to his own
So
rifles or his SMG. Okay, now he breaks it out. But
he's probably
okay.
just going to have to give it up.
Oh, and Fart gets it open on Jezza as well. That's crazy. What is going? Oh my god.
Yeah, but see, now they have to give it up and... Oh,
Saber
this is
takes on
sketchy.
Fart though. Doesn't matter. They're out for
no.
blood. They are forcing these weapons away from locally hated and
Wait,
just
but he came back up ramp. This is a mistake.
oh no, Alec gets a kill into Ween as well. He's gonna fall back to B site.
I think Omen probably should have chased there.
Yeah. But you really don't want to also get the line of thought is also you don't want to give up the one rifle you have. You make as much noise as you want just to kind of bait out any potential rotations.
Yeah. I do think what they're settling into works here good. I think if they just play in a post plant with Heaven control, they're really good.
It's actually really good.
They need to... Wait, what? I think they should have kept the rifle Heaven probably, but...
Root could get a 1D right here if he's careful enough. We've seen him get a kill so far this round.
Yeah, Rue's definitely very aware of this position, very ready to take this fight. If only he knew.
Oh, he's gonna hear Alex as well outside. That's a lot of information. Oh, he gets the one shot on Alec!
Huge pick.
A wallbang headshot. It's a 1v1, but Xera comes out on top. The defuse will come in, and that makes this a little bit more towards locally hated. A 9-5 scoreline so far.
I mean,
Still very close.
I suppose at the end of the day, it does just come down to a 1v1 aim duel, but I would imagine that if they kept one player Heaven there, it could have made a difference.
That is probably the absolute slowest full Glock round I've ever seen, though. Jesus.
That is a very good point. It's weird to even think that that round started off as basically a full Glock round. Like,
a full Glock, you take the M4 out and you force it eventually to a 1-on-1. The best part is that's going to force locally hated into completely rebuying for their team. So right now their economy is not that great. They have no loss bonus, and they're down to pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters right now. You can't afford to lose this. And while Omen don't have the best buy in the world, certainly not the worst. Sneaking their way through the smoke, not a single tag except for one on a Bingus. I mean, he's still got 84 HP, he's still okay. He's going to wait for any secret aggression, but there's nobody there right now. I really like Saber's poke over towards the still very entrance of CT spawn.
yeah, I'm kind of worried that Omen are going to accidentally give a pick over to the op here. I think it's pretty likely, unfortunately.
Saber, first one to find dinner, and finds Fart as well. That's a nasty double for the CT, and Wayne trying to play it safe. Maybe wait for rotate through garage. Rue does not find any potential lurks into lobby. What he wants. What he will do, though, is throw tosses a bait.
I wonder if Wayne's actually going to be able to get this.
Oh,
This is a hard pick.
Oh, he does. Holy
Just
shnikes.
barely. Takes most of the HP, but...
And that flash isn't really good either. Bingus onto
Oh.
Xera as well. And onto Jessa! That makes this a 2-on-2. The plant will come through, but Alec has and Ethix has the HP advantage. And a lot to play. They have time to play as well. Alec has kid 2. Oh, but the goal! The double wrap around. And Ethix is expecting him to hold towards Heaven.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't know.
When Bingus, the nice lurk through Hut, gets him the final kill, and Bingus, a triple in the round.
Yeah, that's kind of a great turnaround there for Omen.
Every single angle you have to check, and unfortunately, locally hated just can't come through in time. I like the fake defuse, but unfortunately, like, I get it, you're trying to bait out a Heaven player, but if you're going to fake it, at least triple check towards Hut. I know
But
you've already
here's-
gotten one kill towards lobby, and you're not necessarily expecting the double hit towards Hut, but that's still an
Here's
angle you
the
have to
sad
check.
thing, though, for locally hated. Like you said, their eco was not good, and now it is abysmal, and, I mean, it looks like they're force buying, but, I mean,
God,
that's not the
it's an
round that you
absolute-
want to have.
a diabolical buy across the board.
I mean, arguably, the worst part about this is the lack of utility. I mean,
Oh, 100%. You have enough for like a retake, maybe? You've got 2 smokes between Ethix and Jezza. and that'll like stave off like any initial aggression. But you're gonna have to time those very specific towards a particular strategy that you want to utilize, and a single flash. So I mean, in reality, unless you're playing a very specific angle or specific strategy you want to do for this round.
Oh my god,
Saber!
what is that?
The one deke through the smoke, absolutely diabolical. That is insane.
And they
Chat
have a
clip that.
fast player secret here.
Oh, it's Zero with the rifle. The hero rifle comes in clutch. Wing with the trade.
Oh.
And Jezza with the race wing. Rue and Dinner kills of their own as well. And they hear
No,
the
wait,
snapping
they know
turtle
one's lobby.
in lobby. Yeah, it's, I do believe Alec. And Saber's still towards hell. Or I should say bottom. They're able to collect the bomb as well. Oh my god, the timing is insane.
No.
And Saber, another pistol kill.
I don't think Rue's gonna be ready for Alec to be here. Yeah.
Oh, he's not. He's not. Stuck on the ladder, so your accuracy is pretty much none, non-existent. And that is a tough round for Omen. They're still at double digits, and locally hit it just breaking past towards 6 on the scoreboard. But, I mean, that's a breath of fresh air if you're locally hated, honestly. You've got a saved AK, 2 saved AKs, I should say. And now you can buy up a bunch of kits. And Omen, now they're stuck on the back foot with pistols.
Yeah, I guess they're gonna go for vent.
Yeah, straight up vent push, but there's going to be util all over the place. Rue gets a trade onto Ethix, and they will be able to go down. Oh, but the frag by Saber, and Alec onto Bingus with his AK-47, and that just leaves Dinner and Fart.
Yeah, and that's the bomb down, by the way, so no plant money.
Oh, but Fart, a double dinker onto Alex, forces at least a little bit of a salt in the wound scenario here. Oh, and that jump is going to cue to Saber. He might still be over towards control room. The timing here is going to be towards Saber. He's got it, and it's just Dinner. They know he's coming as well. The firing squad lines up and executes him like he's a World War I prisoner. Xeri gets the last kill of the round. That makes this a little bit better for locally hated. Slowly clawing their way back towards a tie game. Honestly.
Yeah, I think it's not worrying for Omen yet. They just basically have to make a round where they don't have the chance to have an op or anything like that, and you know, like we see Weens on a Galil, but Omen can work with that quite easily, I think.
Locals still haven't bought an option towards the CT half either, though. So their economy is still kind of kept at bay a little bit. They keep having to at least rebuy a handful of teammates into each round. That's really keeping them off the sniper rifles. But, I mean, they're still able to string together these onesies and twosies.
Yeah, I do wonder how it would change the kind of power dynamic if they got that op out on the CT side again. Because I remember Saber's opping, right?
I do believe so.
I remember they got some openers or some really important trades back on that T side.
Saber's been pretty powerful with the op so far this game. I do agree.
Wayne's just barely been a little bit more consistent this game, but if Saber gets that op out again, that could definitely create a situation where maybe we're looking at overtime.
It'll be interesting if they force them to overtime. The only overtime they've had so far this season was whenever they played Mythic with Flom.
And that was
Nuke,
also
actually.
on Nuke, yeah.
Yeah, they eventually lost. I do believe it was a 16-13 scoreline, so not in their favor. But it was an exciting game nonetheless. But yeah, like you said, this economy, it's been pretty back and forth so far with both these teams throughout this game. But unfortunately, Omen really haven't been able to sort of string anything together. They've gotten a single round so far this half.
I find it interesting that Rue is going for that Mac 10. That almost kind of indicates what Omen might be doing. Maybe something a bit faster.
And Dinner with the Glock, they're trying to they're going to go ahead and body A-side by the looks of it. Lots of immediate util dumps.
Yep, setting up with flashes. Oh, the
no.
spam.
Ethics, an absolute critical timing push. The spray comes through, roof falls through the smoke.
But wait,
Now
this
guess
is so weird from locally hated. Ramp's just open. They're
They
like all
complete-
outside.
They're completely committed to A side, I do believe.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting. Like, they have a lobby flank, but it's sort of way too late now. If Omen are fast enough, they could get a good post plant on B, but...
They're taking this round very slowly as well. Do they want to wrap back around through hell this time? Towards A site?
I think surely this... Oh, he does live.
That's actually a lot of information, too. You know Xera's out now lurking, and problem is...
The mind games
Omen-
here. Are they really going to go back and do this?
Oh, they're pushing back towards lobby. This is crazy.
This is definitely mind games.
They're ready for one, but Bingus gets a double trade
A
onto
double.
Ethax and Xera. It's a 2-on-3. Molly is good as well towards heaven. Bomb's a little late on plant, though. They give time for Jezza to potentially get ready for a retake. Oh no, the
Molly's
dummy bomb is
bad.
not good!
Oh, that's a shame.
Man, that's rough. That is rough. First Molly a little
Yeah.
late, second Molly extinguishes in the air.
I mean,
And
I
that's a
think
gimme for locally
I
hated.
think Omen are still definitely in the driver's seat for the time being, but I will say that seeing around like that worries me because that's kind of getting into the territory of Omen overthinking a little too much.
No, 100%. You still had most of locally hated directed towards A site. They should have gone down to ramp. I mean, I don't know. That's just a weird round overall. I get you're trying to make locally hated overthink things, but I mean, at the same vein, you're kind of overthinking things yourself.
Yeah, now the outside
Oh, he
push.
gets the feet outside onto Xera. The smoke spray, not quite good enough.
I don't. Okay, Fart's got the molly for it.
Molly's not quite good enough.
Oh, but sticking around.
Saber just in the smoke by Red. Alec on top of Garage.
Do they
Interesting
know that
post
Fart
up.
actually made it Africa though? It seems like they know. Okay, they know.
Oh yeah, I was about to say. They know. Oh, he's
Wait,
someone's killing
what?
to Saber. That's crazy. The flash is no good onto Alec. Oh, but he baits him
Wait.
out. Oh, doesn't matter. Gets killed. Jezza onto Bingus as well through the smoke, and that leaves Wayne and Dinner between a rock and a hard place. A 2-on-4. Ugh.
Yeah, I think if Bingus had lived, they maybe could have regrouped and done something, but now this is definitely a lot harder.
Yeah, and you have no map control either. Just stuck in lobby. Just kind
Yeah,
of.
they kind of have
guessing game.
ramp, but they don't really know that.
The swing is good for Wayne.
Could be the
Problem is
start of
everybody's still
something
dedicated
here,
towards A
but
side.
they're getting swung on and they're not ready.
Yeah, the double swing by Xera is good. Give him a double on the round. Almost a team ace, with the exception of Saber. And that's, once again, now this time 4 in a row for locally hated. Almost a double digits.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is kind of awkward. I guess I don't even know what you try right now. I mean, the outside control isn't exactly working. Their ramp takes have kind of been good, but Omen don't really know that.
They just have not been as hyper aggressive as I really want them to be. As the T side, you're supposed to dictate the pace of the game. You don't want to let locally hated, especially on a map like Nuke. You don't want the CT side to continuously like dominate you.
Okay, pop out A.
It looks
They're
like
not
they-
ready for the player Mustang, I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah, and you still had Alec towards heaven.
Nice
It's
and
just
simple.
yeah, shooting fish in a barrel. Dinner might get Xera if he overpeaks this.
Surely, right?
Headshot. He'll get the AK.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and an extra frag on a Jezza. At this point, it's garbage time. The sniper of Saber, ready, willing, and waiting ever so patiently towards heaven, gets the final kill, and that brings us up a tie game. 10-10.
Messy, but not too messy.
Yeah, and you're just padding the economy of ESEA. He's got over 7.5K in the bank.
Okay, finally
Alec, well
we
spent,
have. Hmm. I'm just happy that finally we're seeing the op-out on both teams, and I think for Omen, it's a much-needed chance to control the pace, and for Locally Hated, it's the chance to keep that dominating comeback going.
I really hope Omen can capitalize on this now that they've finally broken out the sniper. The AWP has reigned supreme so far this game. Rue getting a lot of information. He
Oh,
goes to
that's
double swing
messy.
toward Mini, but Apex gets the kill. Once again, starting around at a man disadvantage. Has not netted Omen any favors.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Omen, they're all just kind of grouped here, so I mean, they don't really have any options. Might as well just stick together right now and.
Dinner's waiting on
go
alert
down.
that's just never going to come. But
Okay,
Locally
well,
Hated still posts up towards A side as well.
The silver lining for Omen is that Locally Hated are not ready for these fast rotates to be, so Omen, if they're reasonably quick, they do have sight.
Neither team
See,
has
they're
really
starting to make these
exploited B.
footsteps, though, and now this rotate's going to come down ramp.
No, yeah. Neither team has really explicitly pushed towards B a lot throughout this game. So it's interesting.
Oh,
but
Ween
takes
wins
down
the op
Saber.
head-to-head. Huge.
That's crazy. The flash will come out for CT, so they're going to double flash it.
Still no bomb down,
well.
25 seconds. Omen need to start to piece this together, unless
I think
they're going back up.
It's a quick swap to A site. Let's go.
I actually really love the timing of that. Maximum chaos.
And they know there's one heaven. Jezza making a lot of noise, tosses the frag as well.
Yeah.
But Dinner's just peeking it. Got one outside. And Dubas out over towards lobby. Bingus takes on Zera as well. That's crucial.
Needed pick from Bingus.
Oh, the refrag by Alec though. Ween takes down Jez, and there's one on site.
Oh wait, how did?
He can try to ninja it.
Okay, that swap to the AK might be huge
No!
here. The spam's off.
Oh, you missed the spam! You missed the spam!
Oh.
Oh no!
And now that's heartbreaking because they've lost the initiative.
That's awful. That is abysmal for Omen. It was such a great play. The slow push towards B, then rewrap through vents towards A. You get the plant off as well. Get the opening kill for the after plant too. And then you just fumble it away. The ninja defuse. Oh my lord.
Yeah, and I mean,
that's a tough pill to swallow.
I got hopeful too with the swap to the AK. Like,
honestly, if nothing else, you just have to play Ring Around the Roses on site and just force him off of the defuse. Unfortunately, Omen can't string these rounds together. Like, it's perfectly in their hands, but it's like water just slips through their fingers.
yeah, and I think the most frustrating thing of all, especially for the last one, is they had basically the right read. I mean, that rotate to A was perfectly timed. It set them up for a good post plant, and they just kind of lost that 1v1, and it's like, to finally have the round that you basically need to stop the comeback, and then to lose it to that small of a margin.
Yeah, that's something you've got to look at. If it's not the extremities, it's the 1v1s at this point. Like, you can't be losing fights like that.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be stressing out the players. I'm almost sure of it.
You've got what? A single round on this half. This is looking like the exact opposite of the Luigi's Mansion game. Because I think they only got a single half on their T side whenever
if Omen keep their composure here, they can win a really important round at least and start. Oh man.
The problem is
such a bad time to lose the opener like that.
Yeah, the problem is Omen on these high stress plays, they've kind of been a little faulty.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like the Mythic match is a good example. Obviously, that was on here. That was OT. Once they get into that higher pressure situation, they start to do the overthinking plays, the over rotates maybe, missing some of those shots they'd otherwise hit.
Yeah, just making those classic mistakes that Omen normally would not.
Ultimately, I think they're picking a good timing here.
And now, like we've seen so many times in these previous games, honestly, I feel like they're second guessing themselves mid round. Like, do we go for a slow outside push? We've dumped a bunch of util towards A. Do we continuously dump again? Do a secondary dump and go for a fast push? By the looks of it, they are. Locally Hid did the exact same thing and it netted them favors after they went down 2 men. But Locally Hid is still also
As long as the util's good, I
on A
think this
side.
call is good.
This call is good, but Locally Hid are calling their bluff as well.
The time, they're
just waiting
pushing it
out.
so far though, the time. 15 seconds to make this work.
Apex
and then you start
Jazz
losing picks.
Again. And Fart takes down Jezzy. Oh, but the...
And then 4
God,
seconds.
M4
It doesn't even
Pallet
matter
coming
if you...
in. Yeah.
Oh, man.
A quick mop up by Locally Hayden. Once again, Omen on the back foot. This time, match point. It's tough. Not what you want to see. Gotta make
Yeah,
these
this is
next 3 rounds
definitely
count. Or next 2 rounds, I should say. Force them to OT.
CT extravaganza, I guess.
Classic nuke experience. Just frag the shit out of everyone on CT and hope to God your two rounds can string together something. And I mean, we've seen it before. 3 can just be enough. And it just might be enough for Locally Hated if they can get this last round towards their favor.
You know,
Omen still have a lot of util as well, though.
one
They can play with this a
difference
little bit.
that I've noticed is Omen on their outside takes right now, I feel like are restricting themselves a lot more to not really go past garage.
They really
And
haven't
it
yet
looks
gone
like they're
towards,
finally
like,
going to
hell
try and
at
change
all.
that.
We'll see. A little bit of a dump in towards Mini.
Oh, see, this is the problem. I think Omen have made that uncertainty and locally hated, but I think they're going to get the information, though. They know it's a bluff.
Yeah, they're playing off the bluff.
Now, right now, they still currently only have the 1 player on back B, but they could definitely get a fast rotate here on ramp.
Yeah, you've got to be pretty quick about this. You only got 35 seconds left in the round. It takes about 4 to plant. Scratch that.
Yeah, and
30
obviously in
seconds
the
now.
last one, Omen were running down the clock.
Yeah, as soon as you break those windows, it's crazy. And Xera
Lost
opening
the
kill into
pick.
Bingus. Dinner with the
Good
trade,
trade.
though. You've got to get the plant, guys. Please plant. They will plant Astralis. You hear 2 towards that. Oh my God! The quick re-swing. That's
Wait, this is huge from Fart.
big shot. And that gives Fart a double, Dinner a double as well. And oh my Lord, this is too close. Omen, just 1 more round. Force us into OT, baby.
Omen are pushing the margins of these rounds all the
Oh
way to
my
the
God.
edge, and I feel like they don't need to do it, but they're doing it anyway, and these are
This reminds-
so close.
This is like watching a phase game, honestly.
It is.
Gosh. You know, I was gonna hit the exercise. I was gonna hit the exercise bike after this, but I think I'm getting enough cardio tonight watching Locally Hated and Omen right now string
Oh, wait.
together some of these rounds.
Almost definitely.
This is going to be
Hold on. We've
crazy.
seen Omen die to this opener before, I think. Omen need to be very careful.
Oh, he spots the jump too. The timing here has to be everything. They're not going to pursue. And Saber stays closer towards hell with the off this time. Ethix close in hut. But now they might be pushing towards outside.
You know, actually, okay, this
But you gotta
player's
see T pushing
secret
towards
might
secret.
be overextending.
It's gonna be close.
Oh, but
They're not
Biggest
even looking.
gets timinged.
Xera has been so crucial with these timing pushes. Now, the was being is that technically is your lurk. Oh, but Saber on Daru through the window of hell. And that's a 5-on-3 disadvantage this time. The slow peek nets Wayne, though. The op-on-op battle, Saber falls. And that's some sort of consolation prize. He'll swap out the sniper for a Galil. Get a little aggressive with
But
this.
look, I think they've
20
cleared out
seconds.
lobby. They have too much info. No time. The CTs have so much info. Omen are
Gotta
gonna have to do
push.
something crazy here.
16
I mean,
seconds.
all this site player has to do is stop this bomb. Gonna be hard.
Plan will at least go down. Alec and Xera want a piece. Fall onto Xera. Oh, and Ethix falls, and that's game over.
Yeah.
Ethix
I
gets
mean,
the defuse. Oh, gosh.
that is probably the most heartbreaking loss for Omen this season so far. I mean, to lose out so close, 13-11 against a team that you probably want to be winning against, that's definitely painful.
Yeah, that's. I've said it a million times. It's another go to the drawing board moment. But at this point, like, you've struggled. This is a serious struggle game for Omen. And I don't want to say back to the drawing board. Honestly, you got to throw away the drawing board at this point and just think outside the box because you shouldn't be losing a game as close as this. 13-11. This puts locally hated. Let's see. They're 6-4, 21st through 22nd on the standings. And now Omen are 15th in the standings, 6-5. So both still have positive win-loss ratios overall. And Omen still are in playoff contention, but it's coming close. You have 3 more games this season. Your next game is against Ascend, who are, by all intents and purposes, yeah, they're 5-4. So they're on par with locally hated. You don't want to have these games
Yeah.
come down to the wire like this.
And Ascend have a couple of heavy hitters too, it looks like. They have their own FPL player, Weeza.
Yeah, this is a tough pill to swallow if you're an Omen esports fan like us. Unfortunately, they fall 13-11. Locally hated take the dub.
Ultimately, I think the biggest consequence is now I think Omen need to care a lot more about what the result of this next game is. I think if they won this one, it wouldn't have mattered if they had lost the next one. But now that they did lose to locally hated, I think they pretty much need to win their next one. At least
100%.
if they want to hit their sort of milestone of getting to playoffs here.
I mean, I've said it a million times, it's a big debut season into ESEA Advanced here in season 53. But I mean, if you have the chance to make playoffs in your debut season, you might as well go for it.
And I mean, this is the whole thing. I think they easily have the form of making playoffs. So I think if they don't make playoffs, like, it's still a good debut season, but it's a little bit of like almost a disservice to how good their start of the season was.
No, yeah, it's definitely one of those head scratcher moments that's kind of been at it all season. Like, we've seen them make such great, outstanding plays. They've played against and won against a bunch of really good teams. Let me take a look back over here real quick, 'cause I'm going crazy. But yeah, they've won against they won against Granny's Knockers. They won against Zomblers. And they won against Yippee and Vareo Pro. So they've won against really solid teams. Have they won against the best teams? No, but that's okay. You should have won against locally hated, and you have to win. I shouldn't say you have to win. You more often than not, you're looking into this next game on Wednesday where you really do need to win against Ascend and keep this playoff potential alive. Because I mean, what? It's only top 24. you're right now stuck in 15th. You take another loss, that could easily boot you out of
Yeah, I mean,
playoff contention, and you're on the outside looking in next week, just your last 2 games.
I think the thing is, if they don't have the mentality that they need to win the next game, then we'll see maybe a repeat of today. You know what I mean?
No,
And I think
100%,
that's
yeah.
why I emphasize that they want to win the next one because, well, I mean, if they don't want to win the next one, then it's it's a little sketchy, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think that's
They need to want that. Otherwise, they're just going to keep losing like that.
I think that is overall Omen's biggest troubles is that yeah, you've had some weaknesses in some of your strategies, whether it be mid control on Dust or your extremities on Nuke and Dust, or I should say Mirage and Nuke a little bit. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's the mental game. And as we've seen time and time again, like whatever it comes nose to the grindstone moment, sometimes they fall. And like in case this game tonight, they had a very winnable game that unfortunately they just couldn't string together just a couple of rounds on their T side, which is unfortunate. But I think,
Mm-hmm.
as unfortunate as it is, I think that will be it for us tonight. Um, Tune in. I do believe on Tuesday and Friday production, if you remind me right. We have another team covered on Crossfire.gg. I know for sure on Wednesday, 9:15 p.m., we will be back with Omen on match day 12 for them. They will be taking on Team Ascend, who are overall 5-4 in the season. Not terrible. So it should be a very similar game, hopefully, with locally hated. They should at least get the win out of it. But yeah, I do believe we may have some games coming Tuesday and I think maybe Friday. But most definitely Wednesday, 9:15 p.m. We will be back here with Omen taking on Ascend. But I think that'll be it for us in the night. Expo, I appreciate you coming out with me tonight and casting once again. Always
Absolutely.
fun casting with the boys for Omen over here at ESEA. Any parting words for our audience?
Bye.
Hasta vista, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you Wednesday night as Omen take on Ascend at 9:15 p.m. Eastern.
Tired of like what you feel. All the time to push on my deal. Take your time to complete.